Hello special ones, welcome to my channel. I'm Lifestyle Gardener. Today I'm going to be making some pickled pineapples, and I'm going to be use it as a little side dishes along with anything that I'm going to be eating with meat, like chicken, beef, fish. I don't eat pork, but any kind of meat. The pineapple is very good to eat along with that because the enzyme that's inside the pineapple will help break down any kind of protein, which will help you to digest protein even more easier, and it makes your dishes it complement any kind of dishes that you put it with. So stay tuned as I show you how I decide to do that. So after I wash and peel the pineapple, I remove the bottom and the top layer part of the pineapple, and I remove as much of the dimples as possible, and I cut them in two, and then now I'm gonna cut each off in another two and remove the inner walls of the pineapple. And the inner walls I'm gonna make tea with the ginger skin later on with a little bit of honey instead of just throwing it away. So next I am going to slice the pineapples. I am just showing you guys one of the dimples that I didn't notice from before. I'm just removing it right now. So next I am going to cut up 2 shallots about this size and 2 little pieces of ginger, and I'm going to remove the skin from the ginger and the shallots, and 2 pegs of garlic, and I do the same thing for them. So this is what they look like afterwards. So next I am going to pour about 2 cups of vinegar in my pan. I am using about 5% white vinegar. If you want to use apple cider vinegar, you could also do that. So afterwards I put about 2 cups of water. Sometimes you make a batch of pickle brine and you end up not making enough. All you have to do is just to make another batch of pickle brine, and you can top off whatever you're going to pickle, and any extra that leave over you can pickle something else with it. It's really not a big deal. If you don't want to pickle something else with it right away, you can store the pickle brine in the fridge until you're ready to do that also. So I'm going to put about 1 cinnamon stick. If you want to put 2, you can. I break them in several pieces. And I'm going to put some allspice berry or pimento seeds, some people call them. And I think there are about 8 of them. If you want to put more, you can. So next I'm gonna put about 8 tablespoons of white sugar. If you want to put brown sugar, you can. And I also going to put about 2 teaspoons of salt, sea salt. So after I put all of the ingredients in the pan, I'm going to put it on the stove and turn it on and let the sugar and the salt melt completely. And then I'm going to process it for 10 minutes, then turn off the stove. After washing the glass bottles, make sure you sterilize them in hot water for 10 minutes before you do this process. So now I am just putting the onions and the garlic in the bottles evenly with the ginger until it's completely finished. I thought that I would need about 6 bottles, but 4 bottles was enough for me. I think it really depends on the size of the pineapple. So now I'm just gonna be using the funnel to put the pineapple through it so that it create less mess. So I'm gonna divide the pineapple evenly in each bottles until it's finished. I'm just going to take the brine that I made and divide it in each bottle evenly until it finish. And if I need any extra brine, I can just make another batch and use the rest of the brine to make something else with. I try to divide the cinnamon stick in each bottles and the ingredients that is in the brine. I try to make sure some of each ingredients get inside the bottles evenly as much as possible. So afterwards, I got a chopstick to debubble the brine liquid. This is very important whenever you're going to do any canning, or water bath canning, or steam canning, anything with liquid and solid. They recommend you debubble the bottle so that less chance of the liquid will seep out of the lid when you do this. I pour some vinegar in the pan. I'm going to get a paper towel and wipe down the rim of the bottles. This process is very important to remove any debris so that the containers will seal completely while they're getting processed. I sterilized the lids and the rim of the canning lids, and now I'm using the magnet to put it on the bottles. I'm gonna steam can the pineapples today. If you don't have a steam canner, that is okay. I'll tell you what to do afterwards. So right now there's a lid inside the steam canner. I just filled the water just underneath the lid inside the steam canner. So after doing that, I take the bottles and put it on top of the lid in the steam canner. So after putting the steam canner on the stove, I pour a little bit of vinegar inside the steam canner. This will help prevent any hard water buildup on the bottles and help it to be more easier to clean the steam canner. So this is the steam canner lid. My zone is a dark green color. I'm going to cover the steam canner and I'm going to turn up the stove to 8. And I'm going to let it come to a boil until it reaches to my color, which is the dark green color. And then once it reaches to that color, that's what it looks like, I am going to set the time. So I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes and then turn down the stove to 6 and let it process. And then after the 10 minutes, I am going to turn off the stove and leave everything in the steam canner for another 5 minutes and then remove the cover and remove everything that is in the steam canner. So if you don't have a steam canner, all you have to do is to get the largest pot that you have and put a towel inside the pot, or you could use the canning lid and use a zip tie to tie them together. And then you can put the bottles inside on top of the towel or the canning lids, and then you fill the water about 3 inches above the bottles. So after doing all of that, you put the pot on top of the stove and then you cover it up. Then you turn it on to 8 and let it come to a rolling boil. And after it comes to a rolling boil, you can set the timer for 10 minutes. And after processing it for 10 minutes, you just turn it off and let it stay in the pan for another 5 minutes. And then you can remove them. After you remove everything, you just put it on top of the towel on the counter and let it go to room temperature. Then you can check to make sure everything is all sealed. And after you check to do that, you can wash it down with a little bit of soap and water. Let it dry, and then you can label it to put the date on it. And don't eat any of them until after 2 weeks of doing this process. Okay, you guys, have a good day. I'll talk to you another day. Bye.